best thing by them, and you got to do right by them. And the best answer at the position is still Joe Flacco.
Listen for the MMQB's Albert Breer, Tuesdays at 5:20 on Cleveland's Sports Radio.
Ready?
92.3 The Fan. The Ken Carman Show with Anthony Lima.
And he drives one to left field this time. Back is Green. On the track, looking up, gone. John Kenzie Noel with a booming homer to left field ties the game here in inning number 4. Rocked high in the air, deep right. Perez back at the wall. He's out of room. It's out of here. Jose Ramirez has put the Guardians in front 3-1 with his 35th career home run against the Tigers. High pop. Jose, foul ground. Appropriate. Book it. The Guardians come to Detroit and sweep the Tigers. 3-1 is your final score. The Guardians are 81-71 as they increase their season-best win streak to 7 in a row, and they've now won 12 of their last 13.
This is Cleveland's Sports Radio, 92.3 The Fan.
Tone, they're booing him in Detroit.
Oh, it felt good. It sounded good yesterday.
Audio courtesy of Clegg, Guardians TV. They're booing him. They're booing him in Detroit, Tone.
Yeah, today, I looked at the lineup. When that lineup was released, I was a little nervous.
I can't believe it.
Against Scooble? This is the lineup we're putting up out there?
It's awesome.
Yesterday, and then they end up getting 10 hits. They knocked him out of the ball game. 7 hits against him. He only made it 6 innings.
7 of the 10 Guardians hits were singles yesterday.
Yeah.
Somebody sent that to us like it's some sort of a knock against him. Like, what's final score?
And yet they scored off of 2 home runs.
Exactly. What's final score? Boom.
Wait, a knock?
Roasted.
A knock? What's the knock?
I don't know. It's sent to us by a non-Guardians fan. I think he's just trying to stoke the fire. I don't know what fire he's trying to stoke. See, this is how it goes. It's an improbable run. So even if you were going to do it like for show purposes, I don't know if I should say this because we know that plenty of shows around here copy off of us. Even if you were trying to do it for show purposes, I mean, you have to be soulless to root against it. Right? It's such an improbable thing, and it's not like...
You're talking about people in Cleveland?
Yes.
That would be rooting against it?
Yes, because we treat them almost like when we do the whole... Every conversation about the Guardians turns into a money thing. And so we treat them like they're a little league team compared to, like, if the Browns go out there and they start to turn it around in some alternate universe, you would go, okay, well, you would have fun with it, but there would also be some level of, that's what the money's for. That's what you're paid for. This is what you're making money. This is what it is. Like with the Cavs, you got how many max contracts? You got guys who make tons of money. And in our world, they all make more than us. Probably one of the lowest paid Guardians make more than anybody listening right now, right? So we still treat it, though, like it's Little League. And so when we do that, because we're in our market, and guys, there's 27 markets like ours, so it's a lot of this is the bulk of the league. What are you going to do? You're going to sit there and say, well, that's what they're paid to do. That's why I have that expectation with money. If we were in New York on WFAN talking about the Yankees or the Mets, like, yeah, I think there might be a little bit like, hey, that's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to be over 500 the last 20 years. But I think with this, it's different.
I think in every city there is an element. There's a very small percentage of fans that actually openly root against the teams at all costs because they just don't want anybody's happiness. What is it?
But that's sick.
Is it Schadenfreude?
Schadenfreude, yeah. No, that's against other teams. You take
No, but I think there are people that harbor those feelings against their neighbors because either they don't like sports or they don't like millionaires and billionaire owners.
Yeah, wallowing in the misery of others.
And I always wondered, is because there clearly are people rooting against the Guardians. There are 100% are people. I feel like they tweeted us. I feel like they don't want us ever to talk Guardians because either they've given up on the Dolans or baseball is a distant third on their product ladder or whatever.
Yeah, if you didn't want us to talk Guardians because of whatever, I mean, I can't imagine where you're at with the Browns right now, but that's a different... Thanks for listening because clearly it's just entertainment to you because you don't care about any of the teams that... there's no negative to it. There's no negative. Like, what do I say that I don't feel any of it? So there's nothing to say. It would just be an act, and you'd see right through it. I'm not a good actor. So what would there be to say? Nothing. And you just poo-poo on it. So it's like, hey, this is great, and everybody needs to enjoy this as best we can. As best we possibly can. Not like it's this golden gift. Like, I know they're making up for lost time because of the season and how there was ups and downs and a lot of downs and all that other stuff. I guess if I wanted to try to be that way, but I'm not that type of person. And even though I make fun of you for being a much more sledgehammery type personality, I don't even think you're that type of person. So it's like, hey, you take it for what it is. You try to enjoy it as best you can.
I just think there's nothing better than when we get those communal viewing experiences and baseball playoffs. Because the first game is almost always, it's some weird time of the day. Everybody, then the texts start coming. Do you want to meet up for this? Do you want to go meet up with this?
Yes.
Do you want to go get a drink?
Yes.
Do you want to watch this? And I just have had so many great memories with my friends watching Guardians, Indians playoff baseball.
When did our series start last year with Detroit? Wasn't it like a day game? Like, it started in a day game. I know that they finished them off in the day. I remember that. Lane Thomas, that was a day.
I don't remember if last year started. Last year's might have been 4:05 game one.
Because
the year or the playoff run before that, the first game started at noon. I left the show and went over to a bar over on Prospect for one drink and had to go into the game because it started at noon. So you're going to get some of those. There'll be like a 12:05 first pitch. There'll be a 3:05 first pitch if they end up making it in here. Wild card's a little different because if you aren't the higher seed in the wild card now, it's all on the road for you.
When they had the wild card game a couple of years ago that went into extras, and it was more than a couple of years ago now, but it was a few years ago. And I remember exactly, like, because I got a back injection that day when my back was really, really bad.
I needed a backiotomy.
I needed a backiotomy. And it was a 5th inning or 15th inning or what it was.
Yeah.
And he hit that home run. I remember everything about the day. Because it was like, get your back injection, go home, take her easy. And so I had plenty of time before that game and then watching that game and then seeing 15 innings of, are they going to score? Are they not going to score? Are they going to score? Are they not going to score? Like that type of thing. Like, I remember everything about it. And I think what was cool about it, it was day. It was the daytime. I want to say it was a Friday, but I might be a little bit off on that. I think it was a Friday is when that started.
Talking about when
Oscar Gonzalez hit the,
the first SpongeBob.
When he hit the walk-off home run. That was awesome. And I think you're right. The communal, just everybody in town, special time, special circumstances. The chill in the air in April is awful. The chill in the air in October is a lot of fun. There's a lot of fun about fall baseball, playoffs, everybody getting together, the whole thing coming together. It's a blast.
If you're putting on a jacket and going to the ballpark, it's playoffs in Cleveland.
Yes.
And there are few things in a calendar year of sports that can feel like that, because it is special. And as awesome, as much as we love football, a regular season football game does not compare to your baseball team in the playoffs in a life or death scenario. This is just one of the coolest things you can have.
Here is, do we have AJ Hinch on this? Here's AJ Hinch. He was not very thrilled about this series as the Guardians went to Detroit and swept the Tigers.
We do have to pick ourselves up. We got our ass kicked in pretty much every aspect, and they swept us. Now they're going to get another shot at us, or we're going to get another shot at them, whichever way you want to look at it. But we got 3 games in front of us that we better deal with to continue to chip away at the win total.
Mitch wrote butts, by the way. Mitch didn't want to write ass? I mean, that's the quote.
It's a tough word to write.
Family show.
He wrote butts. Well, yeah, but when you say you get your butts kicked, I don't think that's as strong as a manager saying the other word. I don't want to oversay it. I don't want to cheapen its use, but I think that there's more there. Also, Jason Benetti apparently was going nuts about this game. We'll get to him coming up here in a bit. Are there any concerns about jinxing it just by talking about it? It was asked to me before the game or before the show.
Well, this isn't a no-hitter. We've got to talk about where they are in the standings.
Well, the
right?
problem is you're in the middle of what you have to do. A sweep of Detroit was great. You might have to sweep them again. You got to play them 3 more times.
Well, Just to make the postseason or to win the division?
Oh, it all depends on how it shakes out. You're a game and a half out of a wild card spot right now. You're 3.5 out of the division right now.
And a game and a half is actually a game and a half. It's not like, oh, that's a game and a half to tie, but we lose the tiebreaker.
I don't want to start...
Only with the Astros. You lose the tiebreaker to everyone else. So it's actually 2, but you play 2 on Saturday, so you get that half game there.
Not an attempt to start an argument. Not an attempt at all. If you're still interested... No, absolutely not. If you're still interested in the Central Division, please be interested in the Central Division.
Oh, I've been interested in the Central Division since July.
Clearly. Which, by the way, it would be historical. I think it's like 1912 or something like that was last time it like this.
It's never been 15 and a half.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's been 15 before by the Yankees in 1918.
If you are still interested in the division, please go right on ahead. I just want to get in, is what I want to do. So if they can get in, I mean, I'll be happy just by that because I it's a sport where I think anything obviously can happen. Everybody thinks everything and anything can obviously happen. But so it's just like, just get in and we'll figure it out. It's not that I'm
just interested in the division. That's the less people mucking it up for you.
Yeah.
You have to go through 4 teams to get a wild card spot. You have to have them also lose for you against other, and they play each other.
Well, look at how many
teams. Like the
teams...
Red Sox and the Tigers are going to end up playing each other. So the Tigers, at least right now, go, well, we're in the lead of the division, but if Cleveland catches us, we're going to be in the wild card race too, right?
Yes.
You've still got to play the the Rangers, and the Rangers can absolutely mess it up, even though right now you're ahead of them. They're going to be fighting to get back into it. Like, there's a lot of teams that you have to watch wild card wise. You only have to watch the Tigers for the division.
Well, that's a great point. That makes a lot of sense what he says right there. Well, maybe I should be a little bit more interested in the division just because it makes it just so much clearer.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a pipe dream throughout. I also didn't think we were going to sweep the Tigers this week. And that's exactly what you needed to do.
The only reason that I still had my eyes on the division is because I knew we had 6 games at the end of the year with them. Had we already played the series against them and we had no chance to head-to-head affect how the Tigers do, I wouldn't even be thinking division.
How many people are jumping back in? Do you think? How many people are jumping? Because I think when they let Carlos Santana go, I think a lot of people just went like, when did they let Carlos go? Like it was training camp?
Like a month.
I think it was training camp time, and the Browns weren't 0-2 and looking like garbage against the Baltimore Ravens at the time. And there were people, hey, 8 wins. Dan Orlovsky said 9 or 10 wins. And I think that some people just went like, well, that's the way it is. Typical Dolans, typical everything. Not a great year. We'll see what happens. And it was, I had to watch the games, but it did become like even the feeling after they like made the announcement, like Carlos is officially gone. Watching the game and then even listening to the game, it was kind of like, well, we're gonna see where it is. Like we'll go ahead and.
Well, when
play
they
out
lost,
the string.
when they finished up that Arizona series, and when Atlanta, Arizona, Texas,
yeah,
and they got swept in 2 of those series.
Oh yeah, I mean that was absolutely brutal.
9 of 10.
Yeah, so
we keep focusing on the 10-game losing streak,
but then they
also lost 9 of 10.
Yes,
which seemed like it was equally devastating. And then since then, they've won like 16 of 20. Yeah. And that was the only way we'd even be talking about this. Like, they needed to do this. And what's crazy is they still have so much more work to do. So it's not over yet. They still have so much work to do. But, man, do you feel so much better about their chances now because you've seen a team that not only has a pulse, you've seen a team that the pitching each and every time out is giving you a chance to win. And you're finally getting some timely hitting.
Yes.
It's happened.
I have a question for later on that Owen and I were kind of batting around here.